All right, so today we're tackling something that might seem a little scary at first,
Yeah.
bankruptcy,
Uh-huh.
but uh, stick with us because we're diving into some really interesting stuff from Geraci law.
Okay.
Specifically, a chapter from Peter Francis Geraci's book, The Complete Book on Bankruptcy.
Right.
And what we found was that some common fears about bankruptcy and credit scores might not be totally accurate.
Yeah, that's right.
So one of the big ones is that filing for bankruptcy, just like,
Oh, totally like wipes out,
yeah,
destroys your credit score.
destroys your credit,
Like it's
like a game over.
yeah, it's the nuclear option.
Yeah, and the book actually talks about this in a section called The Myth of the Credit Score Hit.
Uh-huh.
So what's the reality there?
Well, so for people who already have a credit score below 600,
Okay.
bankruptcy can actually improve it.
Oh, wow. So it can actually go up.
Yeah.
So it's not always
Not always a negative.
down, down, down.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
how does that work?
Well, think about it from the lender's perspective, right?
Okay.
Someone with a ton of debt,
Mm-hmm.
they look risky.
Yeah, they're probably not going to pay you back.
Right, exactly. And so when that debt is discharged through bankruptcy,
Mm-hmm.
they suddenly become way more attractive
Okay.
because now there's less liability
Right.
and there's potential for them to behave better financially going forward.
Yeah, it's like a clean slate.
Exactly.
It's decluttering your room. You get rid of all the junk.
That's
Suddenly you
cute.
can breathe.
Yeah,
You know, and it's kind of a psychological thing too, I think, with lenders.
totally.
It's like, oh, okay, this person,
They start,
they messed up,
yeah,
but they've dealt with it.
they've addressed it.
And now they're
They're moving forward.
moving forward. So that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Now, the book also mentions this idea of phony high scores.
Oh, yeah.
So what is that about?
So that's basically the idea that someone could have a good credit score, on paper,
Okay.
like 700 or higher.
Like they look good.
They look great.
Yeah.
But behind the scenes, they're actually drowning.
They're like juggling.
Yeah, they're maxing out credit cards.
Yeah. Using one to pay the other.
Exactly, just to kind of stay afloat.
Okay.
And so bankruptcy can actually help give a more accurate picture
Okay.
of their financial health,
Got it.
even if it means like a little dip in the score temporarily.
It's a short-term hit for a long-term gain.
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting. So it's not just about the number itself. It's about the story behind the number.
Okay.
Now, this isn't all just like opinion and speculation, right?
Okay.
There's actual research on this.
Absolutely.
The book mentions studies from Harvard and the Federal Reserve that have found that people who file for bankruptcy
Yeah.
actually often end up better off than those who try to manage all this overwhelming debt on their own.
Right. They keep struggling.
Yeah, and they just can't.
Yeah, and it just keeps getting worse.
Yeah, so what did those studies find specifically?
Well, so for example, that Federal Reserve study
Okay.
found that people who file for bankruptcy often see their scores jump up
Oh, wow.
significantly compared to those who stay insolvent.
So it can be a pretty big jump.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're also more likely to get new credit after bankruptcy.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So it's not this like
Dead end.
dead end that people think it is.
Yeah.
So it's not like you
Have options.
file for bankruptcy and then no one will ever lend you money again.
Right. You're not locked out of
Yeah.
the system.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Now, I know there are different types of bankruptcy.
Right.
How does that play into this whole credit score thing?
Well, yeah. So like Chapter 7 bankruptcy, that's where you liquidate assets to pay off debts.
Right.
And then Chapter 13 lets you reorganize your debts
Okay.
and create a payment plan.
Got it.
So they each have different implications.
That makes sense. So the type of bankruptcy you
Yeah.
file
Yeah.
can affect your credit differently. Okay. But in a lot of cases, it seems like bankruptcy can actually be a path
Yeah.
towards a better financial future.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And speaking of rebuilding, the book also talks about life after discharge.
Yeah.
People buying homes, getting car loans, even qualifying for mortgages
Absolutely.
just a few years after filing.
Yeah, it happens.
So how is that possible?
Well, it's all about taking the right steps to rebuild your credit responsibly.
Okay.
And the book outlines some practical advice for that.
Okay, so let's dive into that. What are some of those key steps that people can take?
All right. So first and foremost, saving for a down payment.
Okay.
Having that cash on hand shows lenders you're serious.
Right, it shows you're committed.
Yeah, you're not just going
They're
to...
not going to flake.
Right, exactly.
Okay,
And it shows you're capable of financial discipline.
that makes sense.
Mm.
You're demonstrating that you can save,
Yeah.
You can be responsible.
Yeah, you're not just going to blow it all.
Right.
Okay, then there's the importance of not falling back into old habits.
Right.
Yeah.
So easy to do.
Yeah, resist that urge to rack up new credit card balances.
Yeah, don't go crazy with the credit cards.
Yeah, just focus on managing your money responsibly.
So it's about breaking those old patterns
Right.
and establishing new, healthier ones.
Exactly.
All right, what else?
Well, a great way to start rebuilding is with a secured credit card.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of those.
Yeah, you put down a deposit, which
Perfect.
becomes your credit limit,
Got it.
and then you use it for small purchases and pay it off in full every month.
So you're basically proving to lenders
Yeah,
that you can handle credit responsibly.
exactly. It's all about rebuilding trust
Okay.
with lenders, but also with yourself.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Gaining that confidence.
Totally.
I like how Peter Francis de Geraci frames this whole idea of bankruptcy as a tool for positive change.
Yeah. It's not the end.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
It's a new beginning.
Yeah, and it really aligns with the philosophy of Geraci law.
It does. They've
Yeah.
been helping people navigate bankruptcy for over 40 years.
That's a long time.
It is, they have a whole team of experienced attorneys who are dedicated to finding solutions for their clients.
Solutions.
Yeah, like personalized solutions.
Not just like a cookie cutter.
No, everyone's different.
Yeah.
And their situation is different.
It sounds like they really try to make this whole process as smooth and stress-free as possible.
One of the things that sets them apart is their commitment to accessibility.
Okay, how so?
Well, they offer a free consultation,
Okay,
so people can sit down with an attorney for an hour.
that's great.
Yeah, get all their questions answered.
Wow,
Understand their options.
that's huge.
Yeah, and without any obligation.
So you can just go in and talk to them.
Yeah.
And get some advice.
Exactly.
And it doesn't cost you anything.
Exactly.
That's fantastic because
Yeah.
that's a big barrier for a lot of people.
It is, especially when you're already feeling overwhelmed.
Totally.
Yeah.
And Geraci law works with people from all walks of life.
They do all income levels.
That's really important.
Yeah, whether you're making $30,000 or $130,000 a year,
That's great.
they're committed to finding a solution that works for you.
So it's not just for like
Yeah, it's not just for the wealthy.
the wealthy or the super poor.
Right.
It's for everyone.
It's for anyone who's struggling.
That's fantastic.
And speaking of helping, they also offer a free resource.
Okay.
It's a non-bankruptcy credit counseling course
Okay.
available at pfgdd.com.
That sounds really valuable.
It's a great way to learn about bankruptcy credit debt and really make informed decisions about your financial future.
So it's about empowering yourself.
Yeah, knowledge is power.
Yeah. Especially when dealing with something as complicated as bankruptcy.
Absolutely.
It's about taking control of your financial destiny
Mm-hmm.
and having the information and resources you need to make the best choices.
Exactly. And Geraci law is there to help guide you.
It's amazing how they've built this reputation.
Yeah.
Not only for legal expertise, but also for like genuine compassion
Uh-huh.
and a desire to empower their clients.
Yeah, they really care.
It's pretty cool.
It is. And it all comes from Peter Francis Geraci's vision of
Right.
making bankruptcy accessible and understandable for everyone.
Yeah. I mean, his book really emphasizes that.
It does.
So it's clear that his philosophy is woven into the whole firm.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah, and it all comes back to this point that bankruptcy isn't the end.
Right.
It's a chance to rebuild.
A new beginning.
Exactly. Yeah, a chance to hit that reset button and build something better.
Yeah. And Geraci law seems really committed to like walking people through that whole process.
No, yeah, they're all about support and understanding.
Yeah. It's cool to see a firm that not only has the legal expertise,
Yeah,
but also really seems to care about their clients.
totally. They go beyond just the legal stuff, like with
Mhm.
their free credit counseling course on pfgd.com.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's a great resource.
Yeah, it is. It's all about giving people the knowledge they need.
Right. Empowering them to make good decisions.
Exactly. Taking control.
So, speaking of important reminders,
Yeah.
all this info is for educational purposes only.
Of course, always a good idea to get personalized advice from an attorney.
Absolutely. It's like you wouldn't self-diagnose a medical condition based on WebMD.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You got to talk to a professional.
Exactly. Someone who could actually assess your situation.
Right. And that's where Geraci law's free consultation comes in.
Okay.
No risk. Just sit down with an expert, talk through your specific circumstances,
Okay.
get some tailored advice.
That makes sense. So let's say someone's listening to this
Yeah.
and they're kind of on the fence about bankruptcy.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to them?
I'd say don't let fear hold you back.
Okay.
Bankruptcy is a legal process. It's there to help people get a fresh start.
Right. It's not like a personal failing.
No, it's a strategic move to regain control of your finances.
So it's about acknowledging the challenges and then being proactive.
Exactly. And Geraci Law has a great track record of helping people do just that. They've helped so many folks achieve financial stability and peace of mind.
Their reputation speaks for itself.
Yeah, over 50,000 satisfied clients.
Wow.
That says a lot.
It does. It's impressive.
Yeah, they're definitely leaders in bankruptcy law.
And their approach isn't one size fits all, right?
Oh, no. They take the time to understand each client's unique situation.
Okay, so it's personalized.
Totally. They tailor their services.
Not just generic legal advice.
No way. That's crucial when dealing with something as personal as bankruptcy.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like they really go above and beyond for their clients.
They do. They get that this can be a stressful time, and they try to make it as smooth as possible. They break things down into simple terms, answer all your questions, and offer guidance every step of the way.
So it's like having a guide through this whole legal maze.
Exactly, someone you can trust.
Yeah. So just to recap some of the key takeaways so far.
Sure.
We started by debunking that myth that bankruptcy always ruins your credit.
Right.
In fact, for many folks, it can actually make things better.
Absolutely.
We also talked about how that high credit score can sometimes be misleading.
A total facade.
Yeah, hiding bigger problems.
Right.
Bankruptcy can actually provide a more accurate picture.
Exactly, and pave the way for responsible rebuilding.
And we dug into the research from Harvard and the Federal Reserve, suggesting that filing for bankruptcy can actually lead to a stronger financial position.
Yeah, compared to struggling with debt on your own.
We also talked about life after discharge.
Yes.
Those practical steps for rebuilding credit.
Saving for a down payment, avoiding excessive debt using secured credit cards strategically.
Right. And of course, we highlighted Geraci Law.
Yeah, they've been guiding people through bankruptcy for over 40 years.
With experienced attorneys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dedicated to personalized solutions.
And don't forget that free consultation and their free credit counseling course.
Right. Available at pfgdd.com.
Super valuable resources for anyone dealing with debt or considering bankruptcy.
So the message is clear for anyone feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah, there's hope.
There are options.
Don't give up. Reach out. Get guidance and take that first step towards financial well-being.
Yeah, it's about taking that first step and getting on the road to a brighter financial future.
Exactly. And Geraci Law, with all their experience and their focus on client well-being.
Yeah.
They're a great resource for anyone who needs help in this area.
Yeah, for sure.
And that free consultation they offer.
Right.
It's a chance to explore your options without any risk. Talk to a qualified attorney, get some personalized advice.
So it's about taking control, empowering yourself with knowledge, exacting smart decisions about your financial future.
And remember, bankruptcy, it's not a failure.
Right.
It's a legal process that's designed to give you a fresh start.
It's like hitting the reset button, right? Acknowledging the challenges and then coming up with a plan.
Right, a strategic plan.
Yeah, to move forward in a way that's more sustainable.
Exactly. And with the right guidance and a little bit of determination, you can achieve financial stability and peace of mind.
Yeah. Anyone out there feeling overwhelmed by debt?
Yeah.
Remember, there is hope. There are solutions.
Absolutely. Don't despair. Reach out to the experts at Geraci Law. Take that first step towards taking control of your financial well-being.
It's all about taking that first step.
Yeah.
Getting the guidance you need to navigate this whole thing.
There is hope.
There are solutions.
And don't forget, knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Do your research, explore your options, and don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah, there's no shame in that.
Especially when it comes to something as important as your finances.
Well said. Well, on that note of empowerment and hope.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap up our exploration of bankruptcy and credit scores.
It's been a good one.
I think we learned a lot today.
We did.
And maybe even got a little bit inspired.
Hopefully.
So remember, taking control of your financial future might mean considering options you hadn't thought of before.
It might.
But with the right guidance and a little bit of effort,
yeah,
financial stability and peace of mind are within reach.
Absolutely.
Until next time, stay curious, stay informed,
and stay empowered.
We'll see you then.